Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 39 of the Cleveland Indians franchise here on MLB The Show 21 for the PlayStation 5. As the season winds down, the Cleveland Indians start the hardest month of the season as they have a 2-game road series against the AL Central leading Twins before a 3-game road series against the AL East leading Yankees, the top 2 teams in the American League. So if you want to put some space and look like a playoff contender, this week is going to be very important. So if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Jose Barrios takes the mound for the Twins. He will start off against, as usual, Ahmed Rosario, whose average is now at 270 on the season. First batter of the game, Ahmed will draw a full count walk. Indians have done a very good job recently of getting on base via the walk. However, Josh Naylor will go swinging and missing on a slider way outside. Jimenez up next, 0-2 to Jimenez, gets a fastball late on it, but hits it out to left field. However, that'll be out number 2. Thrown in, no runner advance. And we'll take a look at Cleveland's lineup today. We saw the first 3 batters. Up next will be the former Twin, Eddie Rosario. Miller's at third, Perez at catcher, Freeman at second. Will Benson making his MLB debut in right field today. Called up last episode thanks to the Yu Chang injury. So we'll see him for the very first time. Eddie Rosario up next gets a slurve and turns on it, but pops it up. And that'll be the end of the top of the first. On the mound for the Cleveland Indians today will be Zach Plesac, who's 9-8 with a 3.33 ERA through his 26 starts, putting together a very solid campaign. He'll start off against Byron Buxton, the All-Star this year, hitting .283 with 28 homers. And full count pitch to Buxton. He hits this one over to the second baseman, Freeman, who fields it, throws him out at first. And we'll take a look at the Twins lineup today. A little bit different than we saw last episode, specifically towards the back end, as Ryan Jeffers is your catcher and Nick Gordon is at shortstop, and Miguel Sano turns back into the lineup, playing at first base. Still the best slugging team in all the American League. Here is Luis Arraez up next, 0-1 to Arraez. He pops up a fastball over to first base, a moonball, as Naylor catches it for out number 2. That brings up the former AL MVP Josh Donaldson. An 0-1 pitch, Donaldson hits it into the gap. So there's going to be your first hit. Rosario cuts it off. However, Donaldson's greedy and wants 2, and he gets thrown out for his efforts. Nice hustle play by Ahmed to get to the ball. We'll go top 3 now, where Will Benson will be making his first major league at-bat. The former North Carolina native will take to the plate, 6'5" right fielder. And his first at bat, he draws a walk. So his OBP is at 1,000. Austin Hedges up next. 1-2 fastball, turns on it into left center. And this ball's got some carry, and it clears the fence. Austin Hedges, out of all people, has a 2-run shot. His 3rd home run of the season. And for a man who's been hitting in the 170s, 180s all season, that's always good to see, getting a little bit of production out of Hedges, who's been mostly known as a defensive catcher. It's now 2-0 Indians, back to the top of the lineup. Still nobody out, however, that will change thanks to Ahmed popping up over to second base. That takes us next to Josh Naylor, 0-2 count to Naylor, and he gets caught looking or swinging on that slurve inside again. So quick 2 outs brings up Jimenez, and he will ground out as well, so Barrios settles down after the homer, but it's 2-0 Indians. We'll see if the Twins can respond. Jorge Polanco will take to the plate, hitting .259 on the season. His first batter will be a single into center field, so Polanco starts his day at 1-for-1. Gonna bring up the catcher today, Ryan Jeffers. He gets a 1-2 changeup and blasts it to the bullpen. Ahmed stops and watches it go. That's a 2-run shot and a quick answer by Minnesota. Jeffers' 4th home run of the season. And the people you wouldn't expect to hit the bombs are hitting the bombs today. So Jeffers matches Hedges. We're all tied up at 2 apiece, and the crowd is back into this one. Still nobody out. Nick Gordon steps up to the dish. His first pitch, he will hit a pop-up into right field. That's some carry, but Will Benson is there, and the lefty makes the grab. To the top of the order we go. Byron Buxton, 0-1 count. He hits a nice hit out to left field. However, Eddie does have enough space, and that'll be out number 2. About Luis Arraez, 1-1 to Arraez. He hits this one this time to center field, so hitting it all over the outfield. However, that will be caught, and we're tied at 2 after 3. We'll go to the top of the 5 to see what Will Benson can do in his second at-bat. And on a 1-0 pitch, he hits a fastball right up the middle for a base hit. So in his first official recorded at-bat, Benson gets a hit. His first ever major league hit. We'll have to save that ball. See if there's more to come for the young right fielder. Austin Hedges up next, 0-1. He hits another pitch up the middle, so Hedges is 2 for 2 today. Can't remember the last time I've said that, but now we got runners on first and second. Still nobody out for the top in the lineup. And Ahmed Rosario will get caught looking on a slurve. They're actually going to say he went around. I would disagree, but that's out number 1. Josh Naylor now 0-1 to Naylor. Gets a high fastball. He turns on it. This one's deep to right field. It's carrying. It's over the wall. A 3-run blast for Josh Naylor. His 14th home run of the season. Goes 389, and just like that, the tie has been broken. It is now 5-2 Cleveland, thanks to Josh Naylor. So 1 out still. Andres Jimenez coming up next. Full count. Looks at strike 3. Nice changeup by Barrios on the outside. That's his 5th strikeout of the day. And then Eddie Rosario up next. Turns on a fastball. Also hits it deep to right center. This one's carrying as well. However, this one hits off of the wall. Eddie on his horse is rounding second. Going to try to take 3, and he will get in there safely. A 2-out triple for Eddie Rosario. His 3rd triple of the season. So we need a base hit to bring him home. We'll have to do it off of Lewis Thorpe. As Barrios goes 4 2/3 inning. Thorpe not having the best season so far. You'll have to get an out from Owen Miller. And he gets just that. Pop up into shallow left center. Put away by Gordon. But it's 5-2 Indians after 4.5. We'll go bottom 7 now. Miguel Sano stepping up to the plate. Zach Plesac still in the ball game. As ever since that 2-run homer, he's really settled down and played very well. There's out number 1. Max Kepler up next, 0-2 to Kepler. He's out number 2. Cannot catch up to the high fastball. That's strikeout number 6 for Plesac. And then a full count to Jay Cave, and he does draw a walk, so he does walk a batter. Bringing up the next man, Jorge Polanco, 0-1. He pops it up, so Zach Plesac goes 7 strong innings. 5-2 Cleveland. We'll take it to the 9th, where James Karinchak will come in for save number 40. We'll see if he can get it. 235 average looks good. Very good numbers. 3-2 to Donaldson. The former MVP strikes out swinging. Would have been ball 4, but Karinchak gets him down. And if he gets the save here, he'll tie a couple of others for 3rd in the American League with that big 4-0. Next batter, swing and miss. Sano also goes down swinging. So now it's up to Max Kepler. First pitch to Kepler. He lines it into center. Ahmed Rosario is there. And that is save number 40 and the win for the Cleveland Indians by a final score of 5-2. They take game 1 of this quick 2-game road series against Minnesota. Our last chance to really make up ground against them if we want any shot at the Central. So a big win for your Cleveland squad. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 runs on 5 hits for Minnesota. Plesac gets the win. Barrios gets the loss. Karinchak got the save. And player of the game will go to Austin Hedges, who went 2 for 4 today with a home run. That 2-run blast, that gave us our first bit of offense. In game number 2, we win as well, 3-2, thanks to an 8th inning rally. It looks like a bad defensive inning also by Minnesota cost them, as they had 3 errors in this game, and not all runs were earned. So now we'll go to the second half of this episode, arguably an even harder series, as we go on the road for 3 games to Yankee Stadium to face the 90-win New York Yankees. We sit at 84-62. These are the kind of series you gotta want to perform well in if you want a chance to make good in the postseason. On the mound for the Yankees will be the former 2-time Cy Young winner and Cleveland Indian and Ranger, Corey Kluber, who's putting together a .391 ERA. Not quite his Cy Young numbers, but still very respectable. He'll go up against someone who is putting up Cy Young numbers, actually in the Cy Young contention this year, Aaron Savale, 20-5 with a .254 ERA. Ahmed leads us off in this one. He draws a full count walk, so he will take first base. That brings up Josh Naylor. 3-1 to Naylor, and he also walks. So that's back-to-back walks for Corey Kluber. And the next batter, Eddie Rosario, also draws a walk. So that's back-to-back-to-back walks. The crowd not happy, as that's a quick load of the bases for Jordan Luplow. He's not going to wait on some pitches. He's going to take a changeup down the left field line over the third base bag. That is a fair ball. 2 runs come across, and Cleveland already up 2-0. Andres Jimenez up next. Grounder 2-2 to the right side of the infield. This will be a 4-6, not 3 double play, as Jimenez brings also another run in. So 3-0 now for Cleveland. Owen Miller up next, lines it quickly at DJ LeMahieu. That'll be out number 2. And we'll finally take a look at this Cleveland lineup today. Most of the same as last episode. Hedges does move up in the lineup. Benson is not in as well. Luplow back in. No Franmil Reyes. He's been dealing with some minor injuries down the stretch, so he will not be in today's lineup as well. Tyler Freeman up next. 1-1 grounds a cutter over to shorts. That will end the first. But Seville's got a quick 3-0 lead. We'll go into the top of the second now. Just going to stick with this offense. First part of the episode's hero, Hedges, flies out to right field. That'll bring up Roberto Perez. Full count to him, and he draws a walk. So that's the fourth walk of the day for Kluber. Next batter, Rosario, first pitch swinging. He hits it down the line for a base hit, as that'll be into left. And runner goes first to third. He tries to and gets thrown out for his efforts. So a quick 2 outs now for Cleveland as we got a little greedy. But Naylor up next hits this one into left. Diving attempt out there. However, it cannot be caught. 2 outs, so Ahmed was on his horse. He's now at third base. So runners on the corners. 2 outs for Eddie Rosario. And he draws a walk as well. So Rosario will take his base. Base is loaded again. This time for Luplow again. And he delivers again. Up the middle. Base hits. 1 run comes around. Second is coming as well. He will get in there safely. 5-0 Cleveland Indians. This offense surging thanks to the walks by Kluber. And that'll actually be it for Kluber. He doesn't even make it 2 innings. Jonathan Laciga will come in long relief for New York. 4.19 ERA on the season and 57 appearances. He inherits the runners on first and second. Jimenez up next, and he hits the first pitch he sees into the gap. Even more trouble for New York. 1 run is going to come around safely. Second run is going to come around safely. Jimenez to third, and that's a 2 RBI triple for Jimenez. 7-0 Cleveland Indians. His 7th triple of the season. Can Owen Miller bring him home? No, he cannot, as he goes down swinging. But Cleveland, just like that, this lead up 7-0. Haven't even taken a look at this Yankees offense yet, so we'll do it here in the bottom of the second. Gleyber Torres will step in, hitting .298 against righties. Full count pitch. He will not get a hit against this righty, though, as Freeman throws him out to first for out number 1. Next up, Giancarlo Stanton. 1-2 to Stanton. Can't connect on the slider. Nice pitch by Seville. Gets him swinging. His 3rd strikeout already of the day. Gio Urshela now up next. Full count pitch. Gets a nice cutter to hit, but it's just a pop-up in the center. Rosario will put that one away. Cleveland still up 7-0. How about we go top third? The walks, still a problem for the Yankees. Freeman draws a leadoff walk. Next up, Hedges. He will not draw off the walk. He will actually look at a questionable strike 3, as he's not very happy about that one. Then Perez up next. 0-1 fastball hit into deep right center field. This ball carries for out number 2. Runner will stay at first base. That'll take us to the top of the lineup. Ahmed Rosario up next. 2-1 to Rosario. Perfectly times the fastball. Hits it deep to left center off of the wall. Runner's going on 2 outs, and the runner on first will come in and score. And it's 8-0 Cleveland Indians. A RBI double for Ahmed. Josh Naylor up next. 1-1 to Naylor. He pops this one up into foul territory. It will be caught. But at this point, it's starting to turn into a rout. We're going to stick to Cleveland here in the 4th. And because Eddie Rosario is 2 for 2 today, where he actually hasn't had a bat because he draws his 3rd walk. That's 7 walks for New York on the day. Next up, Jimenez. He also draws a walk. 8 walks. I actually got a trophy for this one saying I'm walking here. I had to look up what that meant. 8 walks. And we're not even an out into the 4th inning. We go bases loaded now. Miller at the plate. He pops this one up into deep right. That is Judge. They will test the arm of Judge. Judge has an absolute cannon, but it is not in time. That is a sac fly to right field for Miller. 9-0 Cleveland. How about the top of the 5th now? Perez at the dish. He doesn't go around on the 3-1 pitch, which means that's walk number 9. Then Ahmed Rosario. Walk number 10. 10 walks. And we're in the 5th inning. That is insane. Now 1 out for Eddie Rosario. He perfectly times a fastball into right center. This one is also going to be trouble off of the wall. 2 runs would come around and score. And at this point, it's 11-0 Cleveland Indians. There has to be some sort of mercy rule, so I just simmed to the end of this one. And Cleveland did win by a final score of 11-5, so we didn't score any more runs. We did get 1 more walk as we ended the day with 11 walks. And the Yankees offense did get a little bit off of Seville in the sim. But a big statement win for Cleveland nonetheless. 11 runs on only 10 hits. Yankees had 9 hits of their own and 5 runs. Kluber gets the loss. Seville did get the win. Eddie gets player of the game despite having 3 walks. That was a crazy game. I've never had that many walks in a game. However, we do follow it up in Game 2, losing 6-5 as the Yankees came back in the 8th inning and won this one as they got the blown save off of Scott Alexander. And then in Game 3, we do lose Game 3 as well, 4-1. So we do drop the series to New York, dropping our record to 85-64. Still a pretty solid record. However, looking at the standings, don't know if we'll get the Central titles. We're 6.5 down. But in the wild card race, we are 2.5 games up on the White Sox, who are a game up on the Rays. So we have a 3.5 game cushion. Still not over yet, but it does get a little easier next episode with a 3-game homestand against the Royals and a 4-game homestand against the Chicago White Sox. That's very important in the wild card race. We can knock the White Sox out next episode. We'll have to see how we do. It'll be Mike Minor going up against Zach Plesac again. So if you're excited for this one, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.